First of all, thank you so much, Professor, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to helping me do this interview. So could you please briefly introduce yourself?
I'm Professor John Loper. I'm an adjunct professor at the USC Price School of Public Policy, and I teach real estate and planning classes here.
So I know there's already like 2 or 3 hotels around the area, and also like many hotels in downtown. So do you think it is a good idea to have to build a youth hostel in this site?
I think a hostel serves a particular group, and if you're a student or someone that is traveling that's young, it's looking for a hostel, I don't know if there's any nearby.
Yeah.
And that would be the thing to check. I know there's one in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's one in downtown LA.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a group of people that would like to stay near downtown LA. And because of the museums and the university being here, this is a good location if you're young and you want to hang out near other young people. So I think this could be a very interesting area. And hostels often go in neighborhoods that are not as expensive as a fancy hotel. So having a youth hostel in this particular area could work very well. It's also good public transportation,
Right.
because you have the line, the gold or the Expo line that can take you to other forms of public transportation, and you're not that far from LAX if someone has a car,
Right.
if they're visiting. And the other thing that Figueroa offers is a lot of very inexpensive places to eat. So if you're traveling on a budget,
Right.
compared to downtown LA where food can be more expensive, there's plenty of fast food restaurants and places to eat around campus, which is another thing with a hostel since they don't have a restaurant.
Yeah. So for all the other hotel like Radisson and also some like high-end hotel in downtown, do you think they're like the competitor to this project?
I don't think most of the downtown hotels are competitors. There's probably some lower priced hotels, but hostels are fairly inexpensive to stay
Yeah.
at. So someone that's going to stay at a hostel isn't going to stay at LA Live or the Bonaventure.
Right.
I think the Radisson even is over $100 a night. The Vagabond it might be, but the style of hotel is different in a hostel than staying in a hotel.
Yeah. So you're so also for the site, do you think 100,000 square feet and 5 stories building for a hostel is too big?
Well, if you have a floor area ratio of 2 and you put a 5-story building, that means you can use about 40% of the site for building and the rest can be for parking and open space.
Yeah.
So I think that's okay. 400,000, that where those restaurants could do some business.
Yeah. And also for parking, do you think it is better to have it like inside of the construction or like a parking lot?
It's
outside?
cheaper to have a parking lot outside. So one of the things you have to think about is that you have the freeway is right on the other side of Flower Street.
Oh, it would be good to like put the parking outside and put some distance between the building and the freeway.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if you had a row of parking along Flower, and the building was maybe all on Figueroa, so it
Yeah.
overlooked Exposition Park, and that would put a little distance to reduce the noise from the freeway.
Okay.
And the other thing about the parking is when there's a big football game, you might be able to sell some of the parking spaces
Right.
for football.
That's what I'm thinking.
So it helped pay for the cost of the parking.
Record on Wednesday, October 30, 2:23 p.m. at USC campus, gate number 2. Record on Wednesday, October 30, 2:18 p.m. at Figueroa and Exposition. We called on Wednesday, October 30, 2:23 p.m. at Chipotle restaurant.